Good morning, everyone. Welcome to What's Up Wednesday. My name is Erin. I hope you guys are all having a fabulous day so far. Welcome to December. I cannot believe it's already the end of the year. We're approaching Christmas and all the holidays. So hopefully you guys are taking this opportunity to really kind of evaluate your marketing. I know some of you that I've talked to said this is the time where you go through and you kind of reevaluate what you guys are doing, taking a look at your marketing and stuff like that. So this is a good opportunity. This is why I've really wanted to spend some time on the personal websites and showing you guys how to customize. And then we're going to go over the IDX today. Next week, we're going to be going over the community pages. So this is a good time for you to go through your account, really take a look at your marketing and see what you want to improve on. If you want to make changes, take a look at the new websites that you have options for. There's so much possibilities with the different things that you guys have available within the system. So if you have questions, you need help, you want to go through and get all of that set up, feel free to schedule a training with us, or you can even call into support. They can answer any questions for you and help you guide you to the personal websites, how to get those customized if you want to kind of update information and all of that. So definitely a great opportunity to do this. I know a couple of you that I've been emailing back and forth with said that you're starting to slow down a little bit because of the holidays. And so you're looking for suggestions on things you can do. So anytime, I always recommend going through and starting with this checklist here. The checklist is a good opportunity to go through and just making sure you're utilizing a lot of the features that agent marketing has to offer. So when you click here on this little get started option, you can click there, and then there's the print checklist option. So definitely print this out, use this as an opportunity to go through and see if you're using some of the features. Like maybe you are really interested in social media and you didn't realize that we have a one-click social media poster. So that actually will walk you through how to do that when you're going through the checklist and the videos and all of that if you need that help. So in our support team, they are awesome. So if you guys have questions, you can always call into support. That number you'll find here at the top of your website. So you'll see it says support, and then it's got the 949-328-5050 number. So I'm sure most of you guys have already utilized the support team. They're awesome. They answer right away, and they can get all of the questions answered that you need help with. So just kind of some things to keep in mind. Like I mentioned, this week we're doing the IDX, so I'm going to show you how to get that set up. Next week, we're going to be doing the community pages. So I'll walk you through setting up the actual communities and how to get those added onto your Pearl. Those are great because it will display all the active and sold listings that you'll have. And then I believe the following week, we're going to be going over the property flyers. And then the 26th, we will not have What's Up Wednesday just because of the holiday break and all of that. So, you know, just some good things to focus on the rest of the month and some great topics. So with that being said, one more announcement. Emily went through and she added this Join the Agent Marketing Facebook group. I've announced this the last couple of weeks that we've had What's Up Wednesday. Be sure to add yourself into this Facebook group if you are on Facebook. This is awesome because this is a Facebook community with the agent marketing users only. So anybody who's not a user of agent marketing is not into the group. It's strictly just agent marketing users, which is so nice because you guys can bounce ideas off of each other. You can talk about what's working. Maybe you need some suggestions on something on how to improve your lead functions or anything like that. So join into the Facebook group. You can simply just click on this Learn More button here. This will take you to that Facebook group, and then you can go through. You can see some of the people here are actually asking questions, which is so awesome. This is exactly the whole point of this Facebook group, is to go through and ask questions and to get advice and to talk about what's working, what's not working, stuff like that. So be sure to join in. Those of you who have requested right now, I will accept those right after What's Up Wednesday. So if you have any questions, by the way, that is monitored by me, so I am in the group. So if you guys have questions about features and stuff like that, you guys can always pop questions in there too, and I keep an eye on that for you as well. All right, so with our topic today, IDX setup. Now, with the IDX setup, if you're not sure what the IDX is, it's a property search that you can add on to your personal website where consumers can go and they can search for properties with the MLS data. So the information that we're providing for you to put onto your websites is actually really from the MLS data. So it's real live data. Such a great feature to have onto your personal website. It makes them stick longer. There's lead generation that goes with it. So highly recommend adding in the IDX functionality if you have not done so already. It is a great lead generation tool, a great feature to have, and it really is something that stands out on your website where consumers can go and search for properties directly on your website. So to get there, what we're going to do is go to the little gear icon here in the top left-hand corner. So you'll see there's the gear. We're going to click there. Then we're going to go down to IDX access. So you'll see it says MLS setup, and you have 3 different things here. We're going to focus on the first one, which is the IDX access. When you go there, what it does is it gives you this screen here. So if you already have searches added in here, you'll see them populated here. I already have one assigned here, so I'm going to add in a new one to show you the whole process of how it works. What you do is you'll simply click here on this Add New button. When you click on Add New, what it's going to do is it's going to give you some required fields. So you'll see here that there is the option for you to select your MLS. So you'll go through, you'll search the list for your MLS. It is in alphabetical order, so you can go through it. You should be able to find it fairly easy. If you do not see your MLS listed here, give our support team a call and we can go through and we can put in a request for you to get that IDX added into the system or get that MLS added into the system. So what I'm going to do is I'm just going to continue with our California Regional MLS. That's our local board here. What you can do is you can nickname the search. So this is just for you to keep track of all your different names of the MLSs and what you have. So what I'm going to do, I'm going to name this, I'm going to do Laguna Niguel because I already have Aliso Viejo. So we'll do Laguna Niguel. Might help if I can type here. Laguna Niguel, and then I'm going to type in the zip code for Laguna Niguel. So it gives you the option to do city, state, or zip code. So I'm going to do the zip code just because I know that this has a lot of good data when I do it by the zip code. You can type in the city if you want to as well. It's totally up to you. If you do state, just keep in mind that you're going to get a lot more of a broad search. So it's going to display a lot of information. So if you're looking to narrow it down, have it be a pretty quick search and having a little less data on there, I highly recommend doing like a city or a zip code. If you do state, it's going to load thousands and thousands of listings on there. So just keep that in mind when you're going through. For the view options, you can choose to have it do a grid. So it's going to almost be like they're tiled on there. You can do a list format. So it shows one on top of the other and just kind of in a list format. And then you have the map option. So if you want to have it populate as a map versus having them displayed, you can do that as well. I personally like the look of the grid. I like how it displays multiple listings on many rows. So it's kind of just a clean format. That's my personal preference. I know a lot of agents like to do the mapping option because then you can view the map, kind of see where they are on a map. It looks really cool. For the search radius, this is also another important thing that kind of ties in with the city, state, or zip. When you're adding in an area that's really populated with a lot of homes, has a lot to go, or a lot going on within that zip code, I highly recommend keeping your radius around 5 or 10 miles. When you have an area that's really populated that has tons and tons of homes, and you go down and you put 100-mile search radius, you are going to have thousands and thousands of properties loading up, and it's going to take forever for your website to load up with that property search. So I highly recommend going down and doing something around 10, maybe 5. That way it doesn't load as much data, but they can still search all of the listings on that MLS. So this is just kind of the starting point for them. If you're in an area that doesn't have a lot of listings, then you can go higher up. Like sometimes, I know Bill, he's one of our programmers. He works in Indiana and he lives on a farm, and there's like 2 houses within 20 miles of his house. So in that instance, you would do 20 miles because then you would have more properties that pull up. But if you're in downtown LA, you don't want to do 20 miles because then you're going to have thousands and thousands of listings populating. So just a little suggestion. So you can do your radius. It's totally up to you, but just keep in mind that if you do have a hard time loading it, is because all of those properties are loading in. So I would try downing your radius, the miles of the radius, and then have that go down a little bit, and that should help with your loading. For the personal website settings, now this is what website you want your IDX to populate to. So you would go through and you would choose, I'm going to have this go on my main website. So I want this to populate on my actual main website here. All of these here with this little red triangle next to it or a little red arrow next to these are going to be required fields. You have to have these filled out in order to hit the save button. If you do not have these populated, it will not let you move forward. You do have these optional values below here, so you can choose to do your minimum and maximum price, square feet, bath, bedrooms, all of that. You can also choose to do a listing status. So if you want to do active properties, if you want to do sold only, I know some of you guys have requested to just do sold only, you can choose to do that. For the lead generation, this is such a great little tool. I'm super, super excited that we added this feature a while back. For the pop-up count, this is where you have it to where lead generation pops in. So you can have a pop-up on the property or on the personal website for your property search. After they view 5 properties, then it's going to pop up with a little message saying that they have to fill out their information in order to move forward. You can control this. So maybe I have it set to 5. Maybe you want them to just view 2 properties. And then after that second property, it's going to pop up with that little window asking them to fill out their information. You can make it to where there's no bypass too. And if you need an explanation on this, you can choose to do or hover over the little question mark, and it will give you a little option. So you'll see here exactly what each one of these fields means. So if you need that. And again, you'll see here it says 0 disabled, so no pop-up ever open. So if you don't want lead generation, you don't want any pop-up, just put a 0 there, and then it won't ever populate with that for you. So once you have these filled out, you can go ahead and hit the save button. And then from there, you'll see your searches on here. Now, keep in mind, IDX is an additional charge. So it doesn't populate on this screen because this is a demo screen for me, but it will prompt you to input your credit card information when you are setting up the IDX. IDX is $22.99 plus data management fees. Data management fees depend on your MLS. So that is all something that's dependent on your MLS. Some there is no charge because the MLS doesn't have fees. Some there are. So it really just depends. But that's going to be the fee for it. If you also decide that you want to add on multiple IDX searches for multiple websites, we do give you a little bit of a discount for any additional IDX feeds that you add on to additional websites. So you have that as an option, and you can use that too. So once you have this all set up and you get this going, we do have to go through an approval process. So once you add this in, our IDX team actually gets a notification. They will reach out to you and get the paperwork process started so we can go through the approval process. Every single user who is using our IDX functionality within our platform, they do have to go through the approval process. So just keep that in mind when you are setting up IDX. It's not instant. You do have to go through the approval process. It is really quick to get that done. We just have you fill out paperwork, we send it to the MLS, get their approval, and then you're good to go from there. So if you have questions on that, need help with that, call into support. They can help you and get that process going. And then to add this onto your personal website, I'm going to show you how to go through and add this on real quick. Now what you'll do is you're going to go to your personal tab here over to the left-hand side. When you click on the personal tab, you're going to go to personal websites. And then here it's going to give you your list of all of your websites that you have created. So I have a bunch in here with all the different new layout options, but I'm going to use my main website here. Now to add it in, you'll click here on the pages section. So when you click on pages, then what you're going to do, I'm going to delete this so I can show you how to add it in here. So what you're going to do, sorry, I'm going to delete this one too, sorry. I forgot to go through and delete these because then it won't let me add it in again. Let me go through and delete these real quick. All right, sorry about that. Okay, so now to add them in, what we're going to do is we're going to click on this add page feature here. So you'll see there's add page. And then when you get to this, you're going to go to agent pages. And then you'll see that there's the IDX property search. So I'm going to go ahead and click on IDX property search. What it's going to do over to the right-hand side is it's going to give me my menu text and my page title. So if you wanted to, if you want to leave the property search here, you can, or you can go search for homes, anything you want, you can change it. It's up to you. That's the same for the page title. When you actually go view the page, this is going to be the title on that actual page for the website. And then anytime you create a search, it will populate here. So you're able to view all of your searches. So I'm going to create this one for my Aliso Viejo property search that I have. and then I'm going to click add. So what it's going to do now is it's going to add that page onto my website. So if I go view my website here, I can click on property search, and then you'll see that the property search is all set up on here already. So I'm good to go with my property search. It has everything on here that I need, and then consumers can view this. Once you have the approval done, yours will look exactly like this. So you do have to go through the approval. Again, this is my test account, so it was instant, but just keep in mind there is that approval process that you will have to go through and have, and then you'll have this available on your actual website. So the great thing is too, you can add in multiple searches. So if you have your specific areas that you want to add in, you can add in all of those different IDXs on there. So if I wanted to go back and add in the Laguna Niguel one that I just created, I could even add that one on here as well. So you can go through and add in all of those property searches. And like this one, I could change the title if I wanted to do Aliso Viejo. And then this other one here, oh, what do I have on here? I have something with that title on here already, but you can go through and you can actually edit all the titles if you want to. You can change the information, change the page text, all of that. So sky's the limit on what you guys can do with your personal websites, and property search is just a great little add-on that you have that you can go through and add on to your personal website. So I'm going to go ahead and open it up for questions here. Let me just open it up here. So one of the questions was $22.99. Yes, it is per month. So it is a per month fee. So I have several personal websites. Can I do a new and specific one for each website? Yes, you can. You can create an IDX search for all of those searches. Tony, good luck at the doctor. You can actually access the webinar. If you go to the dashboard, you'll be able to click on this missed it option, and you can view the webinar there at any time. Are there written instruction sheets on how to do the IDX and add it to the website? Yes, through the user's guide, there are step-by-step instructions. So I'll send you the link to the user's guide right now, and you can actually go through and view those through the user's guide. Keep in mind, there may be some videos that are a little out of date. We're in the process of updating the videos as some of the features have changed a little bit. So we're in the process, but if you need help, keep in mind support is always here to help. Do you have to pay $22.99 for each website that has IDX? So what you would do is you would pay the $22.99 initially. That's going to be the main fee. And then if you have additional searches that you want to do, it's $9.99 for any additional searches. So you just pay the $22.99 for the first one. And then if you have multiple after that, then it would be the $9.99 plus data management fees. So there's always data management fees. There's no way to waive those, but we do a discount on additional property searches if you want to add them on to additional websites. You can, now if you are paying the $22.99, you can actually go through and set up a bunch of searches with that MLS and add it to one website. That's fine, but if you're starting to add them in onto multiple websites, then there would be an additional cost at that point. All right, any other questions about the IDX? Any other questions? Any other questions? All right, guys. Well, it looks like that's it for questions. So just keep in mind next week we will be doing the community setup. So with the communities, I'm going to show you how to draw out that specific area. We'll go through and we'll set up all of the different community pages. I'll show you how to do one for each individual website and stuff like that. So it will be really cool to get that set up. Basically, like I said, I want to show you some tips and tricks and things you can do to really vamp up your website and get ready for 2019. We have some really, really cool stuff coming for you guys, and we're excited to share it with you. Unfortunately, I can't share it with you yet because we want to keep it a surprise, but we've got some really cool stuff we're working on. So as soon as I can tell you, I definitely will. You guys are always the first to know. But if you have questions, you need our help with anything, you have questions, feel free to send me an email, reach out to our support team. You guys know where to find us. So we're here to help if you need it, okay? Thank you guys so much for attending. We will see you next week. Have a great rest of your day. Have a great rest of your week, and we'll see you next Wednesday for community pages. Thanks, everyone.